Alright guys, this is what I go through when I come home. It's raining today a little bit in Portland. So I walk in, everything's wet. Put my wheel up. And I'm not going to plug it in just yet. I don't really need to. I'm going to use this other one later on this evening. But here I've got this guy and my, I'm going to look at how much time I spent. I did Uber Eats today for lunch. So now it's 2:41. And Uber Eats will tell you how long you've been online. 2 hours, 16 minutes. Made $43. I still have some tips that are coming in, so it might be up to 50, which should be nice. You know, that's almost 25 an hour. And my phone is still at 100%, and the battery bank that I hook it up to, I'm going to put in on the charger, but it is at 64%. So 2 hours, use 60, crap, that's 36% of my little battery thing here. I remember to plug all this stuff in, so I'm actually plugging this in as I go because I don't forget. You know, I want to take this giant helmet off. This Senna, as long as I don't listen to music all day, it will last all day. It's not an issue, and it takes, I don't know, I have it clocked at like 10 minutes to charge it, even when it's almost empty. But I'm going to go ahead and fill it back up. And I've had this Senna, I think it's been one of the most reliable pieces of equipment that I have. And then my, oh, it's still recording, so it's still on. And I'm surprised this drift has issues. Like when I plug it in here, I turn it off. We've got I'm going to plug it into the USB-C. There's another way to charge it, but as soon as I do that, I'm going to hold down the power button. And as soon as it power cycles, it'll start recording. And usually what it does, the power cycle will turn off and on again. Probably not good for the equipment, but if you hold down the power button and turn it off, as soon as you plug it in and keep it held, then it'll turn off, back off after it turns on. And then it'll show like a little, you can't see that from there, but a little USB connector icon. And now it's charging. Now I get to take this thing off. If you use the snowsuit like I've got, what it'll have, because it's not really built for rain, it has this brim, and if it's raining hard, if it's drizzling it's fine, but if it's raining hard it'll get inside and this will catch it. So I have one of my hair thingies, it's a neck gaiter basically, and I have it tied around here so it keeps it closed so water doesn't get in. And then I've got another one around my neck because it's cold today. It's supposed to get down to 43. That's Fahrenheit. Sometimes my gloves will have water in them, and this is from doing this all day. If my fingers are wet and I'm constantly putting it back in, it'll get the gloves wet. And I will show you, but I have a shoe and glove dryer over there, but I don't need to do that now as they are dry. Oh, and it sucks digging for your keys, so I put it out here. Seems a little weird, but I keep it there because it's just easier to find my keys. Today I just took this bag, and I need to put an extra piece of cardboard here, but if you see here, this has a box underneath this bag, so when I go out, I don't put a water liner on it or a rain what is it, a rain fly. I have one, but I don't use it ever. I never really need it. None of the contents get wet. It can be raining really hard. I can be out for a few hours or more, and it doesn't soak any of the food, so it's fine. But when I bring it in, I've got this cardboard box that I set it on, and that kind of soaks up the water. If things are really wet, what I'll do is I'll take all this stuff off, and I will just leave it in the bathroom and let it dry. Oh, and I'm going to show you how I dry this snowsuit, ski suit, snowsuit. One problem that I do have, kind of sucks. I have my palms sweat a little bit, as long as I've got enough warmth on them. You know, my mittens are good, and it makes these stink almost every time. And I don't know, I'm gonna get like some alcohol spray or something, but or what would be better, because the gloves seem to be able to handle it. Have these big enough to put over the gloves, but that doesn't really work with my mittens, so I end up, yeah, not really ideal. And then these guys, I can just leave them out. If they're wet, it's fine, because it's on the outside of this. I'm gonna fold all this up. I really want a better station. I want like a, you don't really know what's behind this wall. Even if you get a stud finder, you don't really know what you're drilling into. So what I get is like some MDA board or something else. I really want an MDA board. Set it up here, and instead of screwing it down, I'm just going to have like a brace from here down here, and you know, screw another brace down there. Just have like a little triangle that holds it up. For now, this is fine. And I cannot get this thing over my shoes. It's Portland, so I carry this in my pocket. If I ever need this, I'm not going to have time to pull it out and actually use it, but who knows, maybe I will. So far, I haven't had any issues in Portland. I haven't been attacked. There's been one scary incident, and I was walking, and this was in the Gateway area, and this young guy, you know, looked like a healthy young guy, but he had some very gang-related tattoos, and he headed right for me, and I looked back at him, and then he turned and he went the other direction. You know, like, I don't know what that was, but that was as close as it got. So next I'm going to show you how I deal with this isn't wet on the inside, but if it gets inside, if it's really raining hard, it will get inside. And even if the cuffs are wet, water gets in here, I have to have some way to dry it out other than putting it in the dryer every time. How I do that? So this is not EUC related, but yeah, I'm trying to sleep on the floor, get my body used to it. I don't want to spend as much as I have in the past on a mattress. So I take this, I turn it on, or I put this over it. If you've got like a box fan, it should work as well. Make sure you can see that. Just put this over here, and make sure that when you turn it on, turn it all the way up, and I make sure that air is flowing through the sleeves here. I pull that back out. That's how you dry this. And then when I'm done, I just hang it up. Yeah, this is kind of an ordeal. The winter is where there's the most business, but also it's where you wear the most gear. Another thing you have to figure out if you're delivering food is, and I've mentioned this in another video, but getting your fingers to work inside of a glove. Like I've got gloves that say they're finger ready or they're touch sensitive ready. It's a capacitive touch screen, and it uses the electricity from your body to activate it. So if you just put one of those, tape a pin to a glove, it doesn't work unless it's a pin with its own battery in it. So what happens is you have to either poke a hole in it, or you have to find, even the expensive gloves, it'll work for a little bit if it says it's touch screen ready, but then sometimes it doesn't, and if you're out in the rain, the cold, it needs to work because you only have a certain amount of time to accept a trip if it comes into you, and then you have to, if that doesn't work, you gotta type in your code and everything. So that's where these come in. Another guy who delivers in the area said, why don't you just get this? And this works. So I can go around, doesn't matter how cold it is. If I really have to use my fingers, I just pull this out. And even with this zipped up or unzipped, when it's really raining hard, water doesn't really get in there. On a motorcycle it would, but since I'm always doing this, it hasn't been an issue. And this stuff, I should have timed it. Like, how much time does it take to undress for this? I haven't been taking out my large backpack unless it's for dinner, because this is actually built for pizzas, and I don't constantly have to take it on and off. So I can use this for almost everything, but dinner time, sometimes orders are big enough it doesn't really fit in here. And if for some reason I do get more than like 5 pizzas, which has never happened, this isn't going to be enough. This monstrosity of a backpack is. Here I've got, you're going to have to invest in a fast charger. You're going to want to have that option. So here I've got a stock charger. These are both 100 volt wheels. So I've got an e-wheels adjustable charger. That's 8 amps here that I can get up to. And this is 3 amps. So that's 11 amps. This will charge up to, I think, 13 amps. And it's also the Litech version here, the Commander. So I think it might charge higher than that, but I just don't. I've only got 2 ports. What I want to do is take, and I don't think it's going to be that hard. I'm going to put some serious effort into this week. But there are Litech packs in here, and they're all the same size, except for one that a local guy added to this. There's 3,150 watt hours in here, 3,600 watt hours in here, and I could take a couple of these packs out, put it in here, or all the packs if I really wanted to go crazy. I think it's over 6,000 watt hours. Yeah, that's what a 6,700 something watt hours of battery. It's gonna be really top heavy. Kind of a pain to take upstairs. Yeah, that's really gonna suck. If I'm carrying this upstairs and then I've got this and it's not on my back, it's really a hassle. But yeah, that's my setup. Oh. And I will also do a video of me, I guess, getting ready. It's just the opposite of this. Yeah, summer is going to be really nice because this is an everyday thing. Oh, this is my, it cost me $70 here, but he's got some shoe things here that you put. So you put your shoes on here, or, I mean, you don't need to use these. These are for long boots. And then you turn this knob and it gives you 180 minutes of drying, and sometimes you have to do this twice. There is the heat option here, but I really would not use that. Most boots use some kind of glue, and you'll ruin your boots there. Alright guys, I will try to give you a better idea of what it's like to get ready and get out of here on one of these electric unicycles. Maybe use some information that you, little things matter when you're running your own program. So yeah, I'm going to do more of these.